Good day, Crime Talk aficionados. This is Crime Talk, and my name is Scott Reich. Thanks for watching. A quick preview of the docket today. That's right, the case of Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard continues, and Johnny Depp just left the stand. Where is this missing mom? A senseless homicide in New Hampshire, of all places. Will the Texas governor stop the execution of Melissa Lucio? Don't break into this 80-year-old man's home. And, well, then you can watch a home invasion on a Ring camera. And then finally, our dumb criminal of the day. Let's talk about it. You know the drill, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe if you have not. Like the video if you do. Leave me a comment and hit that bell so that you receive notifications of when we go live or put up new content. And remember, you can listen to us on your favorite podcasting app simply by searching Crime Talk with Scott Reich. We'll be headed to Las Vegas on Thursday to set up for the Crime Talk booth at CrimeCon. And if you are planning to go, leave me a quick comment. If you can't make it, there is a virtual CrimeCon where we will also be going live this weekend. I'll post a link on the community page once I have more information. All right, before we get into today's docket, please support the sponsors that support the channel. Well, let's talk about CrimeTalkSearch.com. We use this tool every day in my law office. If someone new has come into your life, or if you're thinking about bringing someone new into your life, you need to check out Crime Talk Search. When you sign up for the best background subscription service, you'll be able to find out things about the person coming into your life. Find out if they, have multiple email accounts associated with that particular person. What social media accounts does that someone have? Why would they have multiple accounts? Why do they have emails that they didn't tell you about? Do they have a criminal background? Do they have civil judgments? Are they married, divorced, own property, or, just living in their mother's basement? Crime Talk Search will be able to help you. So whether you want to research one person or anyone you know, you can search as many people as you desire. And guess what? You can cancel that subscription at any time. So go to CrimeTalkSearch.com. You'll be happy you did. We've had so many people let us know that, they found out things they probably wouldn't have found out otherwise. So you'll be pleased you did. CrimeTalkSearch.com. All right, today is Monday, April 25th, 2022. Let's go ahead and open the docket. That's right, the case in the Circuit Court of Fairfax County, the case of John C. Depp II versus Amber Laura Heard, case number 2019-02911, continues, okay? And Johnny Depp returned back to the witness stand to testify in the case to determine if the Washington Post essay written by Miss Heard defamed Mr. Depp. Now, a makeup brand has tried to cast some doubt onto Amber Heard's abuse allegation against Depp when she claimed she used the concealer every day to cover the bruises left by Mr. Depp's attack. Now, let's be clear. How did this controversy start? It started because one of Amber Heard's attorney held up a compact, and although she didn't specifically reference that compact, people assumed that that was the compact or the makeup that she was in fact using. It was her attorney who made that reference in opening statement, which of course has brought the makeup manufacturer into the scene to say, no, we could not have done that because, our brand came out in 2017, not 2016. So Depp and Heard obviously, tied the knot in 2015. And Heard filed for divorce in 2016. The concealer that Heard claimed was her everyday use was Melania's all-in-one correcting kit. In a now viral TikTok video, Melania debunked Heard and her attorney's claim by stating that the brand didn't release the concealer until 2017, when the alleged abuse was said to have taken place between 2013 and 2016. Now, is that really what's going to break the case? No. Okay, let's talk about this. So on cross-examination, the court heard a number of audio recordings of Depp and Heard arguing. In one audio clip, Depp tells Heard, "Walking away is necessary, especially between you and I. It's of utmost importance. The next move, if I don't walk away, it's just going to be a bloodbath. like it was on the island. It's not worth it. Why be miserable? Can we just have some understanding? Now, Heard said that she will choose the latter given a bloodbath and walking away, obviously. Now, Depp says then, why is it a bloodbath be chosen so many times? In another audio, Heard tells Depp, put your effing cigarette out on someone else. Depp replies, shut up, you fat sack. Asked about it in court, Depp said, I think that was another grossly exaggerated moment of Miss Heard. I didn't put a cigarette out on her. In another clip, Heard says, I cry in my bedroom after I dumped you a week prior, after you beat the shit out of me. A week later, you show up saying you want to say goodbye. Depp says, I made a huge mistake. I won't do it again. The court heard a text sent by Depp to his agent, Christian Carino, on August 15th of 2016, and Depp said of Heard, she will hit the wall hard. I can only hope that karma kicks in and takes the gift of breath from her. Depp was also shown a series of unflattering articles about him as Heard's lawyers cross-examined him, wanting to show that there were many negative stories about him prior to her 2018 op-ed, and that he did not sue. Now, Depp dismissed the reports as a stack of hit pieces generated by Miss Heard's publicity team. There was one headline about Depp showing up at a movie premiere drunk, to which Depp replies, this is hearsay, is it not? Heard's attorney, Benjamin Rottenborn, asked Mr. Depp if anyone had a problem with his drinking besides Miss Heard. Depp replied, if anyone had a problem with my drinking, it was me. The only person I've ever abused is me. A text message from Depp to Kevin Murphy, Depp's former assistant, was then presented. Lily Rose hates me because she thinks I'm drinking, and she's right, Depp wrote, but I can't admit it, or I effing die in her eyes. Rottenberg also suggests Depp did not want Heard to take meetings about possible movie roles. Rottenborn asked if Depp did not wish to have Heard acting, but Depp denied that assertion. Depp said it's not about films, adding, how do you think she got Aquaman? After a quick break, Depp's lawyers took over the redirect, and Kathleen Zellner asked Depp how he felt after reading Amber Heard's op-ed with the headline, Amber Heard, I spoke up against sexual violence and faced our cultural wrath. That has to change. Depp said he felt shock. At this point, it had been 2 years of allegations planted firmly on my back, he said, and it was something I carried with me. I couldn't believe it was continuing in such a way. So oftentimes people forget that when you have a trial, it's not whether one party or the other party is a good person or a bad person. They may be both good persons, or they could both be the most horrible human beings on earth. The only thing that matters is what the law is and what the facts are on that particular date. Now, I think the attorney for Mr. Heard, Mr. Rottenborn, was somewhat effective in clarifying to the jury, although the judge oftentimes sustained the objections when he asked questions, but made it very clear the only thing at issue here is whether the allegation of domestic abuse was false. Now, Mr. Rottenborn cross-examined Mr. Depp in regards to the temporary protection order that was obtained by Ms. Heard, which was granted by the court in April of 2016. Now, ultimately, Ms. Heard dropped that in August of 2016, but the attorney made it rather clear that you did not go and contest those matters. Additionally, you did not contest them in the divorce when they were alleging that there was abuse in the divorce. And he stated that that was in fact true. He didn't sue at that time either. So we'll see how this thing shakes out. Now, obviously, a lot of things came out that made Mr. Depp look better in the first part of the trial. Well, because it's his case. He has the burden of going forward and presenting evidence. But once his attorneys rest, Ms. Heard, who has counterclaimed Mr. Depp, alleging damages in the amount of $100 million, gets to put on their evidence. She will undoubtedly testify and also be subject to cross-examination, the greatest truth-seeking tool ever created. We'll continue to watch. The butler was testifying at the time that we filmed this video. All right, on to more crime news. Where is this missing mom? Melissa Trumpy, a 39-year-old mother of three, went missing in late October. Now, her disappearance came shortly after her boyfriend at the time, a guy by the name of Derek Hammer, was arrested in Trumpy's home in Monticello, Wisconsin, for a drug-related crime. Now, both Trumpy and Hammer were charged in October with a felony count of maintaining a drug trafficking place, aka a stash house, a drug house where people come and sell drugs. Now, that's all according to court records. Trumpy also faces a felony charge of possession with intent to manufacture, distribute, or deliver THC, and a misdemeanor charge of possession of drug paraphernalia, all as part of the alleged crimes in the house. Court records show Trumpy appeared in court on October 18th and was ordered free on a signature bond. Hammer was released on a $10,000 bail. Trumpy reportedly agreed to work with investigators as a witness against Mr. Hammer. Now, a friend of Trumpy said that Trumpy expressed fear of Hammer days before she went missing. She was terrified to go back to her house, and Hammer has since been arrested for alleged bail bond jumping violations, which is basically not showing up for court, leaving the state, not complying with your conditions of pretrial release. Now, several people close to Miss Trumpy say they are concerned for their safety should Hammer get released, and Hammer had served prison time in Nevada for battery by strangulation and possession of an explosive device. As of now, authorities have not named Hammer as a suspect in Miss Trumpy's disappearance, and Trumpy's sister, Mandy Boge, said that she is watching over Trumpy's children and that they miss their mother. Now, Benny Affronti, the father of two of Trumpy's children, said that he thinks it's very likely that Trumpy is no longer alive. To report information about the location of Miss Trumpy, call the Carroll County Sheriff's Office at 815-244-2635 or the Freeport Police Department at 815-235-8222. A senseless act in New Hampshire. A missing couple from Concord, New Hampshire has been found shot to death on a remote walking trail after several days of searching for them. Stephen Reed, 67, and Deshwenda Reed, 66, were last seen Monday when they left their home for a walk at about 2:22 p.m. On Thursday night, the Reeds were found shot to death on a broken grounds trail. Both died of multiple gunshot wounds. Now, Deputy Chief Medical Examiner Mitchell Weinberg said the shootings have been ruled homicides. Police say they do not have a suspect or any motive in regards to the killings, and the investigation is still ongoing. Police said that the couple did not own weapons and they had no history of domestic violence. The couple regularly walked on the trails in the area of their apartment where they were found deceased. Now, the Attorney General's office has also asked for anyone living in the walking trails area with security cameras to provide them to law enforcement. Now, Concord is one of the safest cities in one of the safest states, according to the Concord police chief, a guy by the name of Bradley Osgood. There was just one homicide reported in Concord in 2020 and 8 killings from 2016 to 2020. Pretty darn safe neighborhood, that's for sure. Law enforcement spent Friday removing evidence from the woods where the bodies were located. Will the Texas governor grant some sort of clemency for Melissa Lucio? As we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, Melissa Lucio is due to be executed on April 27th for the 2007 death of her baby daughter, Mariah. Now, Ms. Lucio told the police that Mariah fell down the stairs and died later as a result of her injuries, but police ruled that she was not being truthful. She confessed that lawyers and advocates now say that she was coerced, and even the jury that convicted her is calling for a new trial in light of modern-day medical evidence. Lucio's lawyers say new evidence shows that Mariah's injuries, including a blow to the head, were caused by a fall down a steep staircase. Nearly half of the jurors who sentenced her to death have called for her execution to be halted and demand a retrial. That's nice. However, they really don't have much say in this matter anymore, although maybe the governor will take that under consideration when he is deciding what to do. Now, prosecutors maintain that the girl was the victim of child abuse, in addition to the blunt force injury to her head that was determined to have killed her. Mariah's body was found to have bruises, scratches, and a bite mark on her back, leading investigators to believe that Mariah had been killed and suspecting Lucio of the crime. Now, Lucio's attorneys say her capital murder conviction was based on an unreliable and coerced confession resulting from relentless questioning and her long history of sexual, physical, and emotional abuse. Prosecutors say that Lucio had a history of drug abuse and had lost custody of some of her 14 children. During her interrogation, Lucio initially maintained that Mariah had fallen down the stairs a few days before, becoming unresponsive. Still, after 3 hours of interrogation, she admitted to spanking and biting Mariah. Advocates of Lucio say that the confession was made and coerced under the duress, and that Lucio's longtime history of victim of sexual abuse made her especially susceptible to confessing to things that she never did. Well, stars like Kim Kardashian and Amanda Knox are weighing in to stop the execution, but the Texas Parole Board has yet to decide. The Parole Board is meeting today to determine Melissa Lucio's fate is going to be death or some sort of clemency. Governor Greg Abbott has not commented on this matter as of yet. In an interview, Lucio's elderly mother said she is optimistic that her daughter's execution will not go forward. The DA's got children of his own. He wouldn't like this to happen to his kids. Lawyers from the Innocent Project have filed a clemency application to the Texas Board of Pardons and Parole, which is set to consider her case by 1:30 p.m. Central Time today. The Parole Board will make some sort of recommendation, which one could include that he has until 6 p.m. to intervene in what could be the first Latino woman ever executed by Texas and the first woman the state has put to death since 2014. If there is no clemency, all he can do is postpone the execution by 30 days, during which her legal team will have to reconsider their options. All right, don't break into this 80-year-old guy's house. An 80-year-old Michigan man was released from police custody after it was determined that he acted in self-defense when he fatally shot an armed man who intended to rob his home. The elderly man sprung into action to defend himself when a 31-year-old armed intruder entered his home in Flint Township. The 80-year-old confronted the intruder before shooting and killing him. Police are continuing to investigate the incident, but it does not appear charges will be filed. You don't mess with people's homes, ladies and gentlemen. You just don't go into it. I think it's up to 31 states right now basically allow for you to defend your home when somebody comes in it and you have a fear of serious physical injury or death. Well, let's take a look at a home invasion, because now you actually can. So parents in a Houston, Texas suburb were checking up on their teenage daughter through the Ring camera when they witnessed a horrifying scene. 2 men holding their daughter and 2 friends at gunpoint during a home invasion. The unidentified couple was able to scare off the armed bandits by speaking to them through the microphone in the home security camera, but not before they looted the home and left the children terrified. Take a look at this video where these young ladies are terrified when the perpetrator is saying, "Don't move your effing head or I will pop you." The home invasion happened near Nations and Denmark Drives in Pasadena, a suburb of Houston. The couple released the horrifying footage on Facebook, in which you can see one boy and 2 girls laying face down on a rug in the living room as a man in a hoodie pointed a gun at them. The man with the gun picks up one of the girls by the hair and pushes her out of the room with the weapon at her back while saying, get up, let's go." The Ring camera's microphone then turns on and the girl's father yells, "Hey, who's in my house?" The gunman looks up from his hostages for a moment, murmurs something, then returns his gaze to the daughter while holding his gun over her back. "I got you on camera," the dad yells over the microphone. Then a woman's voice, the girl's mother, can be heard shouting, "The cops are on the way." The gunman calls out, "Let's go," down the hall as the father repeats, "Y'all better get out of my house now." Now the man with the handgun returns to the living room loaded with stolen possessions, leading the girls back into the room at gunpoint. She drops to the ground and says, "Stay down, biatch." Pasadena police released a statement on their Facebook account confirming that a home invasion occurred and was being investigated. The cops were upset that the family posted the video on social media before showing it to investigators, which resulted in undue panic among several citizens. The parents say they want the home invaders exposed. Probably should have given it to the police first, just saying. But hey, I get it. Think about this. This is coming to a neighborhood near you because for so long, well, at least until recently, last couple of years, there were no significant consequences for anything like this. I'm telling you, somebody comes into your house, that is your sanctuary. That is your castle, ladies and gentlemen. You deserve to be safe in that castle. And there was a judge that I appeared in front of for many, many years who I believe was a victim of a home invasion. And whether it was a first offense or your 10th offense, if it was a burglary case, you were going to prison, okay? Because he felt so strongly that people need to be safe and secure in their home. And after a burglary or home invasion, guess what? They never do. All right, dumb criminal winner from last week. Johannes Lopez, the man who tried to steal his own truck by hopping into his Ford F-150 and stepping on the gas in an unsuccessful attempt to free his car from the tow truck that was there to repo it. That's right. You can be arrested for trying to steal your car when it's being repoed. You really don't own it. You just kind of borrow it until it's paid off. Today, a 21-year-old man hit a curb, drove through a flower bed, and damaged a neighborhood sign before fleeing the scene on foot. When police arrived at the scene, a witness allegedly saw the man trying to take the blame for the vehicle crash. The woman who crashed the car has been identified as Dulce Ortiz. Ortiz reportedly returned to the scene and showed apparent signs of intoxication. Deputies transported Ortiz to jail, where she allegedly tried to bribe a male deputy with sex acts and cash in exchange for being let go. Ortiz was booked into the Harris County Jail and charged with bribery. That's right. Don't do that, okay? How often? Every attorney will tell you to keep your mouth shut. And if you're going to talk, okay, you only got two options. Well, two options. Keep your mouth shut, or you have to tell the truth. Third option, not a good one, do not try and bribe the police officers with sex acts or cash or favors or flattery. It doesn't work. And it can also be charged with attempting to influence a public official or bribery, as it was in this particular case. All right, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the show today. Please join us tomorrow when we go live 6 p.m. Mountain Time. We'll do our live show and then our Patreon show immediately following that. So if you're not a Patreon, please consider joining. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Crime Talk.